overall, and they're 4-0 in the Iowa Conference, and Luther is 11-1 and 3-1 in the Iowa Conference, and BV comes in ranked 4th in the region, and Luther is ranked number 2. So this is going to be a classic battle between two of the highly rated teams in the area. Craig, and why don't you break it down and give us some keys to the game tonight?
Number 10, Angie Patterson.
One of the keys for BV tonight will be rebounding, as Luther is leading the league in rebounding. Carrie Tufte for Luther also leads the league in rebounding, with Jen Erickson one behind her. Another key will be to shut down Carrie Tufte, as she leads their team in scoring. And another key will be to shut down Julie James, another one of their sharp shooters. And but the big key for BV will be to keep it in their game and get on the boards and stop them from getting second shots, Scott.
Right, Craig. And you mentioned the rebounding. That's going to be a big key to this game. All right, quickly we'll give you the starting lineups. For Buena Vista, starting at guard is Heather Mackey, and at the other guard is Keely Bowman. At the 2 forwards are Teresa Bry-Fogel, and actually there's a 3-guard set with Angie Patterson being the point guard and Jennifer Erickson the post. For Luther, your 2 guards are Trisha Hoffman and, as Craig mentioned, the sharpshooting guard Julie James. The forwards are Kari Tufte, their big gun, and Rachel Hohenstein, and their post player is Tiffany Van Gundy. And all right, we're waiting for the tip-off here, and at the Beaver Dome. I'm not talking. All right, we're awaiting tip-off.
Jen Erickson will be jumping for the Beavers here. Have some trouble over there with the bench. Number 44, Carrie Tufte jumping.
All right, here's number 40 for Luther inside with the easy layup, and quickly Luther goes up 2-0 on BV.
Angie Patterson bringing the ball up the court for the Beavers.
Angie Patterson, the freshman point guard for Buena Vista. And Keely Bowman. And they're passing the ball out on the perimeter. Teresa Bry-Fogel with the right-handed drive, and
tough pass by Bry-Fogel.
Luther will get the possession.
Important to stop Luther right away, not to let them get off to a good start.
Trisha Hoffman brings the ball up the floor for Luther. And
nice
right
pass.
away, they went inside to Van Gundy, and she missed the layup, Craig.
Big rebound for Teresa Bry-Fogel.
All right, and this is Jen Erickson. She misses a short layup. And again, Luther comes down to rebound. That's Kari Tufte. And there's about an 18-foot shot for Luther that falls short.
BV defense having a tough time so far.
That's right. And Luther's getting those easy layups. That time they missed, Craig, and there's a throwaway by BV.
Tough pass.
There's Bry-Fogel with a good rebound. And here comes Patterson. And Patterson will push the ball up whenever she gets a chance. And there you see a good example of her quickness, Craig. She draws a foul.
Trisha Hoffman on the foul.
First foul number 22, Trisha Hoffman, her first, team's first.
And that'll be the first personal foul on Hoffman, the first team foul on Luther.
Angie Patterson with the ball, Scott.
And Bowman drives baseline. She is fouled by number 40, Tiffany Van Gundy, a 5'10" sophomore from Marshalltown, Iowa.
Luther with fouls right away here. Maybe a key to get them in foul trouble, Scott.
That's right. It does look, Craig, like BV is a little bit more quicker in this game thus far, but Luther looks like they have a little bit of size advantage as far as width.
Kelly Bowman with the miss on the free throw.
And the second shot is up and good. So BV is on the scoreboard, and the score is 2-1 Luther early on in this ball game. Breifogel fouls Tiffany Van Gundy. And so far, they've been just feeding it inside of their post players, Craig.
BV's having a tough time inside of
25, Teresa Breifogel, her first
They're going to
personal
have to
team's
improve
first.
on that if they're going to win this game.
There's a 15-foot shot, no good. And here comes Angie Patterson out to rebound, and she'll push it up the floor.
She's a quick little girl. Good point guard, Angie Patterson.
And she's only a freshman, Craig. Good passing on the perimeter. Looking for somebody inside, but and Patterson throws it away. Here comes
Luther will
Luther.
push it up the court, Scott.
Immediately getting it inside to number 44, Kari Tufte, and she scores. Luther goes up 4-1.
BV's still struggling inside.
Kiwi Bowman called for the travel, and Coach Janet Allgood is going to bring in a bunch of substitutions here, Craig. We got number 45, Kelly Bartles, number 13, Dana Seiler, the senior, into the game, and number 41, Stephanie Gronow.
Maybe in there for defensive reasons, Scott. So far, we're having trouble on the defensive end.
I think so, Craig. All right, here's Tufte passing the ball out to number 40. And there's the offensive rebounding by Luther again.
That's what we talked about at the beginning, Scott.
Right.
Luther so far getting on that offensive board and hurting BV there.
And here's Seiler, thinks about the three, but decides not to take it. And here's Patterson. She'll shoot it, but she decides not to. And there's a nice feed inside from Gronow to number 45.
Kelly Bartles.
Kelly Bartles.
Great pass from Gronow.
And Kelly Bartles, we'll mention right now, did not play last weekend. She was gone on a field trip. But she's back this weekend, and we have a tie-up. And the alternating possession will give it to Luther.
They're going to have to get Tufte off the board there, Scott.
Tufte and Tiffany Van Gundy so far have been doing the brunt of the damage inside.
Yes, they have.
For Luther.
Allison Mallock in for Luther.
All right, here BV, Heather Mackey's got a break, but she throws it away. And they had the numbers, but bad pass by Heather Mackey.
I think Heather Mackey just tried to do a little too much there, Scott. She might have been better off taking it herself.
Exactly. Well, we have a minute. We'd like to thank our sponsors for this game that make it all possible. All right, here's the point guard, Trisha Hoffman for Luther. And the shot is no good. And the rebound is good. We're going to keep it here with Luther. Buena Vista can't seem to. It seems like Luther's getting 2 shots every time on their side, Craig.
Again, Scott, they're on the boards, and that was one of our keys to the game.
And there's James, one of the good outside shooters for Luther. She misses, and we have a tie-up.
Good job by Jen Erickson there getting the jump ball off that rebound. Big defensive stand here for BV. They need to stop them.
And the outside shot is no good by James. But the rebound is hauled down by Luther, and they're called for traveling. Again,
Tufte again on the boards there, Scott. They got to get a body on her.
They've already had 4 or 5 offensive rebounds. The score here, if you're just joining us early in the game with about 15 minutes, 40 seconds left in the first half, is 6-3 Luther. Angie Patterson drives inside. She thought she was fouled, but no call. Luther again out the rebound. And we're having a little sloppy play right now.
Good hustle by Patterson there to knock it away there, Scott.
We have a substitution for Buena Vista, and Teresa Breifogel will come in for Angie Patterson.
Breifogel back in from the starting lineup. Good defensive by Jan Erickson on the middle.
BV will play straight man-to-man defense as long as they can, and it forces a turnover.
And that's good D there, Scott. That's what BV needs to do, is try to stop the strong inside game of Luther.
No, Coach Allgood is very concerned about the inside game of Luther, and so far her concerns have been met. Stephanie Grona at the top of the key. Tough man-to-man by Luther, and it forces a travel. Teresa Breifogel walked with the ball, and Luther will get it back.
That's tough D by Luther, Scott, and they are known as a defensive team. Luther's 4th in the Iowa Conference in defense.
All right. This is Rachel Hohenstein, number 25. And number 24 is their good outside shooter, James. And BV with the turnover. They have Dana Seiler deep, but Grona decides to keep it. And she'll take the shot herself. No good. Seiler cannot save it. And Luther will get the ball back. And here comes in Heather Mackey.
Coach Allgood seems to be substituting a lot here in the game. And that's some fresh legs in there.
And we didn't get a chance to talk about this, Craig, but that's one of the luxuries that Coach Allgood has. She has a deep bench back from last year. They're all experienced from a team that went to the NCAA tournament and hosted a game here in the first round against Central.
Yes, Scott. There's a fast break.
Heather Mackey, no good at the layup, and it seems like we're just not, our shots aren't falling right now. We're getting good looks, but they're just not falling.
Both teams, Scott, shooting very low percentage so far.
And that's typical of two good defensive teams. And here is number 25, Hohenstein. She misses with the three-point attempt. And Keely Bowman will bring the ball, but she walks with it, and she is not happy about that. No real pressure on her, Craig. She just walked with it.
BV's playing a lot better on the boards down at the other end here, Scott. And looking a lot better down there.
Again, substitutions.
Luther is the best rebounding team in the Iowa Conference, and that's a big key for the Beavers to keep them off the boards. Might have walked there for 42.
Number 40 takes a long three-pointer, no good. Jennifer Erickson, who is a league rebounder for this team, brings it down.
She is 2nd in the conference in boards.
And Keely Bowman out to Heather Mackey for a shot. Mackey drains it.
Heather Mackey for 2.
And the
big
score.
shot. Big shot for Heather Mackey.
And Luther now leads at 6-5. And here's Keely Bowman, and we'll talk about her a lot. She comes up with the steal.
Great defensive play by Keely Bowman down on the other end of the floor.
And here's Gronau wheeling in the paint, and she banks it off the glass. Good shot by Gronau. BV's got the lead.
Steph Gronau for 2.
Big to get off to a good start here for BV.
And again, we're seeing the refs are really watching that traveling call. We've probably seen 4 or 5 travels, which is really not typical for this level of play.
Good call by the ref. They're watching it better than a lot of these referees do. That's also a tribute to BV's defense right now. They're playing very good defense.
All right, and the freshman point guard Angie Patterson enters the game. And here's Heather Mackey in the paint, and no good off the glass.
Big rebound for Jen Erickson.
And Bartles has it slapped away in there. Erickson tries to get it back. Inside to Tufte for the 2 points. Kari Tufte.
There she is.
The 6-foot senior from Great Falls, Montana.
Good ball movement by BV.
Thrown out from 1 step inside the 3-point line. Misses. Here's Bartle. She'll try the 3. No good. And Mackey cannot save it. And Luther, that's James, and she'll pull up and hit the shot. Number 24, Julie James, one of the good outside shooters for this club.
Luther executed that fast break perfect, Scott. And
That's textbook right there.
They had the numbers.
Gronau out the top of the key. Driving right, no good, and that'll be rebounded by Tufty. And Luther, here they go on a fast break. They blow the layup, run out the rebound, and
good hustle down at that end by Angie Patterson.
And she will run the floor with the best of them. Luther leads the game 7-10, and we're not yet halfway into this half. Here's Gronau trying to drive baseline. She puts up the shot just short, and Erickson fouls it up with the basket.
Big board for Jen Erickson there, Scott. They got to keep Luther off those boards, and Jen Erickson's doing a good job so far.
Jen Erickson, the senior player for this team, and she is very experienced. And here's Bartles. She comes up with the steal. And Patterson will try to push the ball up to Erickson, but she throws it away.
Good thought, good thought.
She had the right idea. She just led Erickson a little bit too far.
Got a substitution here for Luther.
Sarah Hahn, number 55. And they just keep bringing in height, don't they, Craig? 5'11" freshman. This team has got a good, tall bench, does Luther.
Yes, they do. They're trying to wear down BV down underneath.
And they try to get it inside, but it's knocked away by BV.
They're doing a better job underneath there, Scott. Keeping the balls out of their hands. They're doing big, tall girls underneath.
Nice job in denying the pass. Oh, there's a breakdown in the defense, and no good by the number 50, Sarah Hahn, who just entered the game. And BV takes advantage of the rebound.
Close to a double dribble there by Angie Patterson. The refs didn't see it that way.
Bowman's open for three, and she'll take it. No good, just a little bit short. And we have a foul in the paint.
Breifogel underneath with the foul.
Teresa Breifogel, and
she... Number 25, Teresa Breifogel, her second.
And that's something we'll have to watch, Craig, because on Friday night she fouled out of the ball game, and she already has 2 fouls, so Teresa has got to watch that foul situation. And we almost have a double dribble here, or a carry on Luther. James driving left, no good with the shot. We've seen a lot of close shots missed so far in this game. Here comes Patterson. She'll push the ball up the floor, no good. Breifogel in there at the rebound, no good. And again, Erickson with the rebound, but she traveled.
I tell you what, they're doing a good job on the boards there, Scott, and they keep doing that, and they're going to win the ball game. Jen Erickson big on the boards.
Big on the boards, but she walks with the ball. And Luther still maintains that 1-point lead as we enter the 9.5-minute mark here to go in the first half.
Good defense there by BV, denying the ball.
James driving inside, nice block by Erickson.
Jen Erickson having a heck of a game so far, Scott.
And ahead to Keely Bowman. Bowman, oh, it would have counted had it gone, but no. The foul is on number 22, Trisha Hoffman. And BV's going to come in with 3 substitutes here. Coach Allgood likes to bring them in fast.
First of all, number 22, Trisha Hoffman, her second. Keely Bowman on the line shooting.
Bowman shooting 71% so far this year from the line, Scott. One of the better free throw shooters for BV.
And part of that reason is because she gets to the line quite a bit. She's one of those penetrating type of players who can get to the basket.
And once I say something, Scott,
that's right.
There it goes.
Yeah, I think you jinxed her, Craig.
It always goes that way, doesn't it?
Bowman for the second shot. She drains that. So we have a tie ball game.
Breakdown on defense there for BV.
That's right. Number 32, Carrie Lynn, got underneath the defense for the easy layup. And now Luther's applying some pressure. And Mackey, I don't know what that was. Now down this way for Luther.
Not sure BV was ready for that press.
No,
Luther
I don't
put on
think.
A tough press right away there, Scott.
This is Tufty inside. Nice scoop shot, but it wouldn't fall. And Dana Seiler is there for the rebound.
BV owning the board so far, Scott.
They are doing a nice job against the #1 team in the Iowa Conference for rebounding margin. Heather Mackey, turnaround jumper, no good. And Dana Seiler with the steal.
Big steal by Dana Seiler. Good hustle there.
Again into Mackey. She'll try to turn around again as she misses again. And here's Shelly Gibson ahead, one-on-one with Bowman. And she might have. She puts it in. I thought she might have walked.
I thought so too, Scott. But
Shelly Gibson for 2.
We had the BV crowd doesn't like that, but that'll give Luther a 4-point lead, 14-10. And again, a little bit of press by Luther, but it doesn't seem to bother BV that much.
Wide open for the 3.
Keely Bowman just misses a 3-point shot. And Shelly Gibson, a freshman from Stillwater, Minnesota, brings it up.
Luther, a young team, Scott. They seem to be.
They have a nice mixture of youth and experience, Craig, and that's what you'll see in good teams a lot of times.
You see that in BV also.
Tufty inside is fouled by, I believe, Steph Goronow. And that'll be her first personal foul of the ball game. Again, some substitutions coming in.
Steph Goronow, her first, team's 3rd.
Luther bringing the ball out of bounds. Inside to number 40, she misses a layup. Kelly Bartles is there.
Again, Bartles on the board for BV. Doing a good job rebounding the ball.
Erickson gets a ball inside, and she won't miss that too often.
Erickson for 2.
Good side of moving the ball into Erickson.
Here's number 32 now into the game, and she has fouled Carrie Lind with a nice drive to the hoop. This will be a 2-shot foul. She wasn't the active
Kelly
shooting.
Bartles, her first. All right, Lind down the line.
Kelly Bartles committed her first personal foul. And the first shot is up and good by Lind. All right, so Carrie Lind makes both free throws, and that opens up a 4-point lead for Luther. Here's Keely Bowman out in front of the defense. And Goronow decides to pull up and take it, no good. Good position by Bartles on the offensive board, but she couldn't grab it, and Luther will get it back.
Good ball movement there by BV, too. Nothing seems to be going right so far, but something's going to fall sooner or later.
That's right. Just keep putting up the ball, and something's good going to happen. And this time they...
Good defense.
Trying to get the ball in the Tufty, but good interior defense by BV. Goronow muscles her way inside, no good. Fouls her shot.
Goronow with her own rebound.
Personal foul number 40, Tiffany Van Gundy, her 2nd, team's 4th.
Van Gundy with 2 fouls now, Scott.
All right, so both teams have 4 team fouls as we are at 6 minutes, 14 seconds left to go in the first half. And Luther with a 16-12 lead. And again, we're seeing lots of substitutions, Craig. Both teams have deep benches here.
Yes, they do.
And that, I believe that's a 5-second call, Craig?
Yes, it was, Scott. And BV just didn't do a very good job of coming to the ball there and running that inbound play. Also credit the Luther defense on that.
All right. So Shelly Gibson brings up the ball. Good pressure by Angie Patterson, and she forces a turnover.
Angie Patterson with great defense there, Scott.
And that's what she's playing the game in here for, Craig. The shot's no good by Erickson, but Bartles is there for the follow-up, and she puts it in.
Kelly Bartles.
Kelly Bartles playing a heck of a game also, Scott. Erickson and Bartles leading the Beavers so far.
And James can't get off the outside shot. And here's number 25, Rachel Hohenstein. She puts it in.
Rachel Hohenstein for 2.
Buena was fouled driving to the basket.
Foul's going to be on Jen Erickson there, Scott, for a moving screen.
Oh, is it? They called against Erickson. That'll be her second personal, I believe, Craig.
They had the breakaway, and they just couldn't finish it off. Jen Erickson with the moving screen.
You have to convert on those fast break points in a game of this magnitude, Craig.
Yes, you do, Scott.
Come back to haunt you.
Yes, you do.
And here's James. She'll pull from the free throw line, bury it.
Julie James for 2.
Got to stop James, one of their leading scorers.
She is the outside threat for this team. And here's Bowman driving in the paint, and she hits the jump shot.
Bowman for 2.
There's Keely Bowman with a great shot in the middle. Good pass out there by
Jennifer Erickson
also, yes.
And here, that's going to be the third personal on Teresa Breifogel. And we mentioned she was in foul trouble on Friday night. This is her third personal so far.
Possibly a questionable call. She looked to be standing there good, but
it looked like Tufty might have drawn the contact. But again,
third personal.
All right, and we'll throw it to commercial right now, and we'll be back in 1 minute.
Right now, you can order a special pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust pizza. Get a 1 large topping stuffed crust pizza for only $10.99. Make sure you also try the new tasty buffalo wings. You get 12 buffalo wings for only $4. Don't forget the lunch and dinner buffet and the scrumptious salad bar. At Pizza Hut, your pizza is right or it's free, guaranteed. You'll love the stuff we're made of at Pizza Hut.
All right, welcome back to the Stevens Fieldhouse here in Buena Vista, and we were just talking about Kari Tufty drawing the foul, and I was going to say a player such as Kari Tufty, 6-foot senior, she's going to get the calls because of her status in the league. She's been around for a while, and the refs are going to give her that respect.
Yes, Scott, and being one of the better players in the league, Kari Tufty gonna be a tough task for BV inside, and Teresa Breifogel does have 3 fouls now. Could be a key for the BV Beavers.
That's something we'll have to watch as the game wears on. And here's Tufty, and she nails the outside shot. She can hit from outside too as well, I guess.
For 2.
Just a great player there, Scott.
And that opens up a 22-16 point lead for Luther.
Good ball movement by BV.
Both teams playing tough man-to-man defense. And this is Jessica Borg, who's entered the ball game, and she misses a layup. And a lot of times you'll see that from tough man-to-man.
Borg made a nice drive, just couldn't finish it.
And we have a charge, I believe.
Yeah, it's going to be on Tufty, and that's a big call by BV. She must have got an elbow in there or something, Scott.
All right, so Tufty with the charge, and BB's going to get this one back.
First foul number 44,
trying to
Kari
get the game
Tufty.
at least tied by halftime, and we have wide open Jen Erickson, but she denies a shot, and we lose the break opportunity. Jen Erickson inside, turnaround jumper, good.
Jennifer Erickson for 2.
Good shot by Erickson inside there, Scott, and BV decides to press now.
But they leave an open man, and this is number 50, Allison Mallock, 5'11" sophomore with the bucket.
They did a good job of breaking the press there, and BV's going to have to toughen up on that press if they're going to do anything with that.
And here, and it's a 3-point shot, Angie Patterson.
That was Chris Kingsbury style, Scott. That was from way outside. Great shot by Angie Patterson.
And that'll bring the crowd to its feet here at the Beaver Dome. And we have an offensive charge on Luther.
That's Tufty again, Scott, and she's getting in foul trouble. That could be key for Luther. Great defense by BV.
Yes, that's going to be a second personal on Tufty, and that's the second foul in about a minute on her. So we're sensing a little bit of a change of momentum as the Beavers pull within 3 points here with under 3 minutes and 30 seconds to go in the first half.
Big time down the floor for BV. They need a score here to keep this momentum. and build it.
And the shot, Kelly Bartle's shot is blocked.
Good defense by Luther inside there, Scott.
Hoffman pushing the ball in, and Erickson. Maybe not a good play by Jen Erickson. Just let her go.
Erickson now in foul trouble also, Scott.
Personal foul number 51, Jennifer Erickson, her second.
That's her second foul.
All right, so the BV post people.
On the line.
The fouls are mounting for the BV
Shooting
post
2.
people.
It's been a physical game so far.
Malak shooting 2, and the first is no good. Both teams are in the bonus from here on out, Craig, in the first half. The second shot, Malak hits is good, and we have Patterson's open, and she puts it in for the layup. Great court awareness by Angie Patterson.
Great fast break by Angie Patterson and the rest of the Beavers, and that was a big play to keep us in the game there, Scott.
All right, here's James. She misses the jumper, and Luther's called for pushing off inside.
Malak on the foul. And BV's causing them troubles inside there, and they're getting in foul trouble, Scott.
Jennifer Erickson will be shooting 2 foul shots. And what is her percentage for the year, Craig?
Erickson is shooting 50% from the free throw line this year, Scott, and there's 1 for 1 today. 25 of 50 coming into the game.
She makes the first one, and her second one is good also.
Those are big free throws, Scott. That ties up the ball game, and BV's got a little momentum going into this timeout.
And Luther wants to take a timeout, and we'll take a break.
Okay, we're going to follow the rundown.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, call Pizza Hut. Right now, you can order a special pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust pizza. Get a 1 large topping stuffed crust pizza for only $10.99. Make sure you also try the new tasty buffalo wings. You get 12 buffalo wings for only $4. Don't forget the lunch and dinner buffet and the scrumptious salad bar. At Pizza Hut, your pizza is right or it's free, guaranteed. You'll love the stuff we're made of at Pizza Hut.
All right, welcome back to the Beaver Dome. And Luther is going to take the ball out of bounds. We have a tie ball game here at 25-25.
BV on the press. Oh, a foul there. Jessica Borg on the foul.
Jessica Borg, one of the key players off of the bench.
Jessica Borg,
if you saw Buena Vista play last weekend, you know she played a major role in both victories, coming off of the bench. And there she commits the foul.
Rachel Hohenstein on the line for Luther here, Scott.
She misses a 1-and-1. And here comes Angie Patterson. She'll push the ball. Keely Bowman doesn't look for the ball. Didn't expect it so quickly maybe from Patterson, and that's the turnover.
Turnovers are getting expensive here in this game, especially in a close game like this, getting close to the second half. You want to go into the half with momentum, Scott.
Exactly. Every possession matters in a game of this magnitude. And there's a good trap by BV. And they're going to call
an offensive foul on number
24, Julie James. And that's a big call. All right,
defense again.
Stephanie Gronow's going to check in for Jessica Borg. And she'll get a nice round of applause if she leaves the game. Nice pass by Patterson inside to Gronow. Gronow wheeling and dealing as she banks it off the glass and scores.
Good move by Steph Gronow inside to get that shot off.
Erickson forces the steal.
Again, it's Angie Patterson down on the other end. Great hustle by number 10, the freshman.
Making things happen on both ends of the court is Angie Patterson. And it'll stay with BV, although the Luther coach doesn't like it. She's yelling at the ref. And you see the time down on the bottom right-hand corner of your screen, or you did. It's approaching 2 minutes to go, and BV's got a 2-point lead.
At this point, Scott, it just looks like BV's out hustling Luther, and if they keep this up, it could be our game tonight.
That's right. Luther, you got to remember they're from Decorah. They had a long bus ride all the way over here. I wonder how much that affected them, Craig.
Good move in there by Jen Erickson. She'll go to the line again, Scott.
It'll be Stephanie Gronow going to the line.
Oh, it's Stephanie Gronow. Gronow shooting 85% from the line.
And if the game comes down the line, she's going to be one of the ones you want to have in the game, Craig, shooting at the free throws.
That's right, Scott. She makes her first one.
Misses a second, but Erickson is there for the putback, and she scores.
Again, the Beavers big on the boards. Jen Erickson just dominating the boards tonight.
And the Beavers open up a 5-point lead here. But Gronow picks up the foul inside.
They got Gronow with the body there. Again, inside, BV having foul troubles. That's 2 on Gronow.
And that's the foul troubles will be the reason why the BV will keep substituting. And again, Jessica Borg checks back into the game. First shot is good by Tiffany Van Gundy. One of the big forces inside for Luther in this game thus far. Second shot on the way is good. There's Keely Bowman. And inside to Bartles, misses but gets her own rebound.
Great pass by Jen Erickson. She just couldn't finish it off.
And Patterson fakes, and wow, she was just fouled.
There's the freshman, Angie Patterson, doing it all.
Oh, she walks with the ball. Trisha Hoffman packed her bags on that one.
Credit Angie Patterson again with great defense there on the ball.
And Luther's going to want to talk it over, Craig. They want a timeout. And we're going to stay here for this one, Craig. We have 1 minute and 10 seconds left to go in the first half, and BV has a 32-27 lead, Craig.
Well, Scott, we said at the beginning that it was important for BV to own the boards, and they've done that so far. Jen Erickson coming up big, along with Bartles, and that's, you know, if they can keep with that and keep their good hustle by Angie Patterson and the rest of the team, they're gonna be in good shape going into the second half.
All right. So BV gets the ball, and Patterson will push it up right away. Thrown out the shot. She puts it in.
2-point basket by Steph.
Great ball movement there by Angie Patterson again. Gronow with a good shot.
There's Hohenstein. She throws it away. And BV will regain possession.
Both these teams like to run the ball up and down the court, Scott, and it almost looks like Luther's getting a little worn down by BV so far.
Yeah, that's what we said. BV is a quicker team. I think Luther would prefer to slow it down and stay in the half-court offense.
35 seconds. You see the clock down the lower part of your screen.
And they are going to have to shoot it. And here's Bowman for 3, and she hits it. That's a big shot. It's a 10-point lead here.
That's big to get some momentum going into the second half, Scott.
And the shot clock is off, so we'll see if Luther, they're going to shoot it. James, no good.
BV's going to get the last shot of the half.
Gronow brings it up 5 seconds. Trying to get in the paint. Puts it up. Good at the end of the half.
Oh, boy, Scott. Great run by BV at the end.
What a way to end half, and we're going to go to a break. BV leads 39-27.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, call Pizza Hut. Right now, you can order a special pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust pizza. Get a 1 large topping stuffed crust pizza for only $10.99. Make sure you also try the new tasty buffalo wings. You get 12 buffalo wings for only $4. Don't forget the lunch and dinner buffet and the scrumptious salad bar. At Pizza Hut, your pizza is right or it's free, guaranteed. You'll love the stuff we're made of at Pizza Hut.
Back to the Beaver Dome, and we are at All right, we're at halftime of the girls' game, or women's game here at Buena Vista. We have a 12-point lead. And Craig, what were some of the keys to the first half?
The BV owned the boards in the first half, Scott, and with their 12-point lead, that's mainly from shutting down the big scorers, Carrie Tufty and Julie James for Luther, and getting on the boards. We might want to watch for the foul troubles next half, as both teams have a little bit of fouls for their inside players.
That's right. Teresa Breifogel has 3 fouls, and Jennifer Erickson has 2, and also the big center for Luther, the Luther Norse, Carrie Tufty, has 2 fouls. And it might come down to who has a deeper bench, and we all know Buena Vista's bench is deep, but Luther's been shuffling them in and out too, so that'll be something to watch later on. So far, I think the play of Angie Patterson has been excellent, Craig. She's really sparked them, and that'll be something to watch in the second half as well. All right. Yep. We're going to go to a break right now for a little bit. We're going to take a break. We'll be back in a few minutes and start the second half.
Thank you, Dora. Thanks to the Bulgarian State Radio and Television Female Choir, which gave us at last this typical Balkanic dance, more human, more true. A more sincere dance. For sure, nobody gives something for nothing, and they asked us in exchange for Ramaya, the international hit, but I must admit that it was worth it. It was worth it! Pippero. Hey, guys, this Italo-Bulgarian Pippero dance is really pumping. I can't remember a hit like this since the days of the Bay City Rollers. Really.
Maybe you're crazy.
What?
You don't remember Ramaya.
What is Ramaya?
Ramaya, tinka tinka tinka, girgi pelile.
Ramaya. Ah, Ramaya, okay. Maybe you're right, but listen to the beat of the Pippero. 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 Okay, let's sing in Italian now. Repeat with me, più umano, più vero. È un ballo straniero. Qui l'atmosfera sa di pippero. Se in discoteca balli pippero pippero. Very good, now only. Very good. Pompa, pompa. My God, how it pumps. Pippero. Bulgarian female vocal choir, what do you think if I give you Disco Inferno instead of Ramaya? I give you Kung Fu Fighting. I give you Ali Shuffle. Okay, take your Ramaya and go.
Questo è il pippero, un ballo più umano, più vero, un ballo straniero, ma soprattutto sincero. Ora, la cosa bella del pippero è questa, che le mani sono obbligate, hanno un movimento preciso, mentre il corpo è libero, può esprimersi come vuole. Ora, con l'ausilio di Victor, potremo mostrarvi qualche interpretazione libera del pippero. Il pippero può essere questo, ti vedo e non ti vedo, ma anche questo, il ballerino spaventato, ma specialmente questo.
All right, we're back for the second half of action here for the Buena Vista women versus Luther, and BV leads by the score of 39-27. Craig, we run down some first half statistics here.
Well, Scott, as we said, BV dominating the boards. 22 rebounds for Buena Vista to Luther's 12. 10 rebound advantage for BV. As you said, the score of 39-27. Leading scorers for Buena Vista, Jen Erickson with 10. Steph Gronau has 9. And Angie Patterson and Keely Bowman both have 7. The for Luther leading scorers, Carrie Tufty has 8 points for Luther, and then there's Carrie Lind, Julie James, and Tiffany Van Gundy with 4 points apiece. Jen Erickson has 9 rebounds in the first half, Scott, and that was one of our first half keys.
That's right. She's guarding Kari Tufty, and Kari only has 3 rebounds and 8 points, so definitely Jen Erickson is winning the battle between Kari Tufty, and that was coming in and billed as the marquee matchup of this ballgame.
Without a doubt, Scott, and one key to look at maybe this half will be the fouls, because we have BV has Teresa Breifogel with 3, Jen Erickson with 2, and Steph Gronau with 2. And for Luther, Allison Malak has 2, Carrie Tufty has 2, and Tiffany Van Gundy with 2. And also Trisha Hoffman. So both teams with a lot of girls with maybe possible foul trouble for the second half.
And that'll be something that we'll have to keep an eye on as the second half wears on. Both teams heading over to their bench. Coaches giving final instructions as we come out ready for the second half.
One key to BV will be to stay on a roll at the beginning of this second half. Possibly to put this ball game away in the first 5 minutes of this half.
That's right, Craig. That'll be something. As you remember, the last two and a half minutes of the first half, they really went on a roll, and they were down by 5 points. And as soon as you looked up the scoreboard, now they're up by 10 points. And a lot of that was attributed to the great, phenomenal play of guard Angie Patterson,
along with Jen Erickson. And Patterson and Erickson need to keep playing well for BV to win this game.
All right. And I believe we have the same starting lineups for both clubs in the second half. Breifogel pass inside, and she turns it over. Not the start of the second half that we wanted to see for the Beavers.
Well, like I said, you want to stay on a roll, and that does not keep BV on a roll. If Luther scores here, it could be trouble.
You don't want to give a road team a chance to stay in it. You want to put them out of the game as soon as possible.
That's right. So
this is Tufty inside for the nice little layup.
Kari Tufty for 2.
Got to shut down Tufty to win this game.
And Buena Vista getting the ball inside to Breifogel. She puts it off the glass and in.
Great pass by Keely Bowman on that
2.
play, Scott. If they can get open shots like that, could be a long night for Luther.
And that'll be and they're going to call that a charge.
No, she stepped out of bounds, Scott.
Okay, she stepped out of bounds. We can't see it from this angle. The crowd's sitting in front of us, but she did step out of bounds.
Could have been a foul there, too, but BV gets a break.
All right, Heather Mackey, who sat most of the first half, even though she is a starter. That's one of the unique things about this club. Even if you start, you're not necessarily going to play the majority of the minutes. And Buena Vista turns it over. Again, we've seen 2 possessions on this side and 2 turnovers.
Lots of tough passes by the Beavers, and they're having a little bit of trouble so far getting the crisp pass inside.
All right. Here comes Hoffman. And Jennifer Erickson with the steal.
Big play by Jen Erickson there, Scott.
So Luther turns it over now. Angie Patterson with the feed inside of Breifogel. She turns around and no good off the rim. Erickson is, and
they call Erickson on that foul, Scott. I don't know about that. Tufty looked like she was all over the back of Jen Erickson.
If I'm not mistaken, Craig, that's going to be the 3rd personal on Jen Erickson.
That is, and that could be key, Scott.
That is a huge foul on Jen Erickson. And if she gets some foul trouble,
Foul number
Beaver's gonna be in
51,
trouble.
That was
Jennifer
trouble
Erickson,
for
her
either one. That
third.
would have been Tufty's third, too.
All right, so a pivotal call benefits Luther. And here we see tough man-to-man defense by the Beavers. And that's going to be a three. And that'll be short. Luther with the offensive rebound, but Breifogel pulls it down for the Beavers.
Good rebound by Breifogel. Again, the Beavers owning the boards in the second half so far, Scott.
And that was a major key to the first half, Craig. Beaver.
Oh boy, that's number 4 on Teresa Breifogel. They get her for an illegal screen.
And Stephanie
This is number
Gronow's off the
25,
bench.
Teresa Breifogel, her fourth personal.
Coach Allgood is not happy about it.
We're seeing big-time foul trouble for BV, Scott, and we said it could be a key, and so far,
And
it's turning into a big key.
this is turning into Coach Allgood's worst nightmare here at the start of the second half. And here's Julie James driving, but she's cut off by Keely Bowman, the great defensive sophomore. Trying to get it inside. Here's Tufty from 15 feet. She drains it.
Carly Tufty for 2.
Tufty's looking tough here in that second half. She didn't have much of a first half, but
And that's right, Craig, for being 6 foot tall. She does have a soft touch. And here the Beavers get it inside to Heather Mackey.
For two.
She kisses it off the glass for 2 points.
great ball movement by the Beavers.
Shot no good. And, they called Jen Erickson for travel, Craig. I'm not so sure she got pushed on that play, but they called her travel.
You're right, Scott. And it's very physical this second half so far. And Luther can afford to because BV's in foul trouble, especially Jen Erickson here. For Erickson to pick up her fourth would be a key.
Tiffany Van Gundy from 20 feet, and she buries it.
Tiffany Van Gundy for 2.
And the score here with 16 minutes and 48 seconds left to go in the half is 43-33 Buena Vista.
And it may be a time to get a timeout for Coach Allgood. I tell you what, we're struggling so far this first half.
And right now she's telling Angie Patterson, slow it down, Angie. We need to work in the offense. A lot of times Angie makes things happen, but not always good things. And here Luther throws it away.
Hey, it's been sloppy so far.
Both teams coming out a little bit anxious starting the second half. And we see some more substitutions. Luther and, Angie. Luther tries to put on a press, but Patterson breaks it, and it leads to an easy layup by Jennifer Erickson.
Great pass from Patterson.
2-point basket by Jennifer Erickson.
BV of this game so far.
Here's Kari Tufty driving baseline. She misses off the glass, but Luther will retain possession.
Gronau big on the board. She just couldn't hold on to it.
And even though BV has a 12-point lead, Craig, you can feel the tension that it's not that close of a game because of the foul problems that BV has. Erickson pulls down the board, and that's got to be 12 or so for Erickson rebounds tonight.
She's been all over the place on the floor tonight.
And in the feed from Gronau inside Erickson, she misses the turnaround jump shot.
Tufty might have gotten away with the push down there, Scott.
And James opts not to go for the shot. Hohenstein passes into Tufty. Nice feed.
Kari Tufty for 2.
Being physical on Erickson because she knows Erickson has foul trouble.
She can afford that luxury, Craig. 3 fouls on Jennifer Erickson.
All of a sudden, Scott, it's an 8-point game, and it's looking down for BV right now. They got to get that momentum back.
And some more substitutions for Buena Vista. We have Kelly Bartles, and now Dana Seilers checking in for Angie Patterson. What? 20 seconds on the shot clock for BV.
Dan Seiler may be in there for defensive reasons.
Gronau with the open shot. She sticks it. Stephanie Gronau.
Steph Gronau for 2.
Gronau's been one of the leading scorers for BV tonight. She's played a good game also, Scott.
And that foul, I believe, is on Keely Bowman. And that'll be the third personal.
First foul number 21, Keely Bowman, her first.
And that's the team's third foul in this half. Luther will inbounds behind their own basket. Number 24, James, our good outside shooter, misses. And Luther with the offensive rebound. And they're going to get Bartles on a push, I believe. And Bartles is another one of their post players.
And Bartles will be...
Personal foul number 45, Kelly Bartles, her second. Team's
post players are in foul trouble. They're letting Tufty get away with a lot of pushing inside there tonight.
James, that she's not been on today. She's been missing most of her shots, and that's could have been the difference in this game so far. And again, another foul. The refs are just not letting them play tonight.
They finally got Tufty on the foul inside, Scott, and that's big for the Beavers.
Is that her third? Yes, that is her third.
That is her third, and she is now in foul trouble.
All right, so Dana Seiler inserted to the lineup, maybe for some senior leadership here in the second half.
Dana also a good hustle defensive player. They need to stop Luther.
Right now, Keely Bowman is going to be the shooter in this lineup, but they get the ball to Jennifer Erickson, and she misses a 15-footer. Kelly Bartles doing a nice job getting the offensive board and drawing a foul.
Again, Buena Vista on the boards, and that's key to this game so far, Scott.
It is. That has been a key. Coming into the game, Luther was out-rebounding their opponents by 9 rebounds a game, which is just phenomenal. But BB's done an excellent job. And here, missing the shot is Bartles. And here comes the Luther Norse. Tufty outside, and that's a new player in the lineup for Luther. We'll tell you who that is in a moment here. All right, Carrie Lind in the lineup for Luther now, number 32. And also coming in is Allison Malak. And for Buena Vista, Angie Patterson will give Keely Bowman a rest.
Coach Hilbrand seems to be upset over there for Luther, Scott. I'm not sure what she's upset about.
All right. And we have a turnover. Kelly Bartles throws it away for the Beavers. But they still maintain a 12-point lead.
Again, both teams not playing very solid games this second half thus far. Maybe a travel there by number 32 for Luther.
Yes, Craig, as we watch Julie James with a nice drive. And I think Coach Allgood wants to talk it over with their team. She's not too happy. We're going to send it to a break right now, and we'll be back.
What's the secret behind the great taste of a Blimpie sub? Well, the secret is there are no secrets. It's a real sub made with real quality ingredients. Fresh baked bread cut down the middle, just like it's supposed to be, and filled with choice ham, roast beef, or turkey. The same goes for the cheese. It's real dairy cheese, and of course, we use nothing but fresh produce. That's a Blimpie sub. It's that simple. The real mystery is why anyone would eat anything else. Blimpie. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, welcome back here to the Beaver Dome. We are in a 10-point ball game right now. Beavers lead at 47-37. And Craig, as I was talking, I want to talk about before we went to the break. Both teams will start out slowly here in the second half, and it looks like the first team that really catches a groove, that catches fire here, is going to take control of this ball game.
That's right, Scott, and hopefully the Beavers can start off good after this break and take control of this ball game. They're in the position to do it with a 10-point lead.
Angie Patterson easily handles the pressure, and Dana Seiler will take the long jumper in and out. And that's a tic-tac foul there by Kelly Bartles. We don't need that. I'm sure Coach Allgood is upset.
Not a smart foul there, Scott.
And we're going to see Kelly Bartles
going to the bench. Team's fifth.
And that's Bartles' third foul, Scott.
And that
again, that's foul trouble for the Beavers. 3 for Bartles, 3 for Erickson, and 4 for Breifogel.
And that will force a player that rarely plays, Jessica Wagner, the 5'10 freshman, in there for post play. And they're going deep into their bench now for post players.
Thus far this season, though, when Wagner has been in there, she's done a good job for the Beavers.
Yes, she played last weekend and did a nice job.
Big rebound for Wagner right away, Scott.
Yeah, that maybe will help her confidence, Craig. Grunau decides not to take the three-point shot. And she spins. She's got a nice spin move, Craig, and she can create a lot of open shots, but that time she misses. And Luther has numbers. Here's Tufty in for the layup. And that's a good pass break executed by the Luther Norse. And
good job by Luther there. Breakdown in the transition game for BV. They can't let Luther get control of this ball game, Scott.
Exactly. Shot clock down to 10 seconds. Somebody's got to get open. And they're going to call a foul on Carrie Lind.
Carrie's been all over Dana Seiler down there for that possession of the ball.
And here's Keely Bowman and Heather Mackey checking into the ball game.
Personal number 32.
Again, this is nothing new. This is nothing new for the Buena Vista women. Coach Allgood will substitute early and often. She has confidence in many of her players. Heather Mackey kisses it off the glass for 2 points.
Big play. Great pass from Bowman to Mackey.
And here's James. James and Tufty playing a 2-minute game. James has been off all night on her outside shots, but Tufty puts it back in.
Tufty for 2.
There she is again.
And that's a failure to block out by Buena Vista.
Rebounding margin's been a lot closer this half, and it's allowed Luther to step back in the game. Great hustle there by Tufty.
And a lazy pass by Heather Mackey, but they will get it back. "11 minutes, 50 seconds left to go in the ball game. BV is up by 8 points. And there's a steal. That's a nice steal by number 22, Trisha Hoffman. She'll go coast to coast and put it in for 2 points.
And maybe time for a timeout now for Coach Allgood. Only a 6-point game. Luther's got a little momentum here, Scott.
And that's just what we talked about. The first team to catch fire could have the advantage. And Bowman blows the layup. She had a good drive baseline, but couldn't finish it off. Good transition defense by Buena Vista, though, to get back. Luther's going to slow it up here.
There's Tufty inside.
Get it inside to Tufty. She gets her own rebound and puts it in. And she's fouled.
Basket by 44, Kari Tufty.
Big play for Luther. And that'll give him a chance to pull within 3 if she makes this shot.
Yeah, Scott, I'm very surprised Coach Allgood hasn't got a timeout here. It's only a 4-point game. Luther's got a lot of momentum. And Carrie Tufty is taking over this game.
She is dominating with the BV post people in foul trouble, and we'll see Teresa Breifogel and Stephanie Grunau into the lineup now for BV. So Tufty makes good on the 3-point attempt. That's a 3-point ball game.
Grunau, shoot that.
That's not what Coach Allgood wanted, but Heather Mackey puts it in.
Heather Mackey for 2.
Heather Mackey there, Scott. And take a little momentum away from Luther, hopefully.
Good board by Mackey, but that's not the shot that Coach Allgood wanted when Grunau hit the 3. And there's
Julie James for 2.
And that's one of the few baskets that's went in for James. She has been off all night.
We said at the beginning, though, Scott, that Tufty and James would be 2 key people to stop. And they've been taking over so far this second half.
There's a nice pass from Bowman.
Breifogel for 2.
Great pass, and now Coach Allgood will get a timeout.
But Luther has closed the gap to 5 points. And it looks like we're going to keep it here for this break. We have 10 minutes, 23 seconds to go in the game.
That was a big basket there for BV. Take a little momentum away from Luther, hopefully, and maybe send it back a little bit in BV's directions.
Right now, it looks like Luther's really taking advantage of they're getting the ball inside, working the ball around, maybe taking a little bit of advantage of the fact that BV's post people are in foul trouble.
For sure, Scott, that was one of the keys of the second half. And Kerry Tufte is just taking over inside and taking advantage of BV's foul trouble.
And indeed, the next foul on Buena Vista will put Luther in the bonus. As you look at the crowd on hand here at the Beaver Dome.
Pretty decent crowd tonight, Scott.
Good crowd here supporting the Beavers. And we have people down there holding up signs.
Yes, we do, Scott. We got the softball team supporting the basketball team is what we've got there. Great to see that.
All right, back to action. The shot is on the way. Number 40, Tiffany Van Gundy. We haven't called her number in a while, Craig, but she steps up and hits a big shot when needed.
That was a big shot for Tiffany Van Gundy, and just as we talked, BV may be taking a little momentum away. Luther comes right back.
Nice drive by Patterson. She can't finish, though.
She may have been fouled, and they've got a fast break opportunity here, Scott.
And here's Hoffman all the way. She can't make the layup. Big miss by Hoffman.
A little bit of intimidation there by Mackey.
She heard footsteps, that's for sure.
Crowd getting into it a little bit here.
It's starting to get tense here at the Beaver Dome. Breifogel kisses it off the glass.
Breifogel for 2.
Big basket, and she's got 4 fouls. Playing with 4 fouls here, Scott. Coach Allgood felt that she had to bring her back in a key situation in this game.
Breifogel's an aggressive, athletic type of player, and she got the job done that time. And there you see Heather Mackey committing the foul on Rachel Hohenstein. And it will be a
foul number 15,
a 1-1 situation because BV has 7 fouls in the half.
Could be another key there, Scott. That
Rachel Hohenstein on the line.
Luther still has 3 fouls to give. BV sitting with in the bonus, or Luther has the bonus the rest of the game.
So it could come down to whether Luther can make their free throws or not.
Hohenstein on the line.
Makes good on the first attempt to make it a 4-point game. Second shot is good as well.
3-point game, and it's been back and forth so far last couple minutes.
Big possession here for BV. Mackey driving baseline. Whoa, she's way off on that shot. Not the shot that Buena Vista wanted for sure.
And again, Luther pushes up the ball. Both teams playing aggressive basketball.
There's a nice
Rachel Hohenstein for 2.
Rachel Hohenstein starting to get in action. And Patterson's having trouble with the ball. She's better call timeout. She does call timeout. What presence of mind where she's trapped to call timeout. We're going to send it to a break. We'll be back.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, call Pizza Hut. Right now, you can order a special pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust pizza. Get a 1 large topping stuffed crust pizza for only $10.99. Make sure you also try the new tasty buffalo wings. You get 12 buffalo wings for only $4. Don't forget the lunch and dinner buffet and the scrumptious salad bar. At Pizza Hut, your pizza is right or it's free, guaranteed. You'll love the stuff we're made of at Pizza Hut.
He's like, I don't know who they are.
All right, we're back here at the Beaver Dome. Buena Vista clinging to a 1-point lead. They have led most of the game throughout. At one time, I think at halftime, they were up by 12 points. So far in the second half, Luther has used BV's foul trouble to their advantage, has cut the lead to 1 point. And
yes, they have, Scott. And again, BV's going to have to shut down Kerry Tufte if they're going to expect to win this game.
Right before the half, we saw a really smart play by the talented freshman point guard Angie Patterson. She was trapped, called for timeout, and got it.
That was BV's second foul, or timeout too, Scott, and they've only got 1 left in the half now.
There's Steph Gronow inside, and she's
2-point basket by Steph.
Basket by Gronow. She has played an excellent game tonight, Craig.
Yes, she has, Scott. There's a travel.
Luther called for the travel.
Big defense there by BV. An important press there for them.
Luther making a couple of substitutions, maybe to handle the pressure.
Looks like they're going with a little man-to-man pressure on BV's guards.
And you're going to see a blocking foul there on Hohenstein, on Keely Bowman. That'll be the 4th team foul for Luther.
Hohenstein's first.
Foul number 25, Rachel Hohenstein, her first.
All right, and there's another foul by Julie James.
Looks like Luther's trying to come out and force some turnovers on BV. Big, aggressive man-to-man defense so far after that timeout.
First foul number 24, Julie James, her third.
I'm not sure if they want 2 personal fouls that quickly, though, Craig. And here they get the ball inside of Breifogel, and she puts the shot up and good.
There she is again. She's been present for 2 after coming back in the game.
But here's Tufte on the other end. She's going to lay up.
Kari Tufte.
That's back to a 3-point game. And now you're going to see Patterson pushing the ball up the floor. And Buena Vista with Patterson on the floor will run as much as possible. There's Gronow working her way, creating a shot.
Steph Gronow for 2.
Great shot by Steph Gronow.
Steph Gronow had 9 points at halftime, and she's had at least another 9 so far here in the second half. Craig. And
Tiffany Van Gundy for 2.
By Tiffany Van Gundy.
And it looked like Breifogel was ready for that pass, Scott.
And Bowman throws it away. Not a wise pass by Keely Bowman. She usually handles the ball well, but not in that case.
And 7 minutes to go, Scott, and it's only a 3-point ball game.
Well, both games last weekend were fairly close for the women, and they've had to work for their 4-0 conference record, and it looks like they're going to have to do it again tonight.
Yes, it does.
All right, here's Keely Bowman. She does not have the numbers, and Stephanie Gronow will take a shot. A long shot, no good.
Bowman with the rebound.
Patterson will shoot for 3, and she's way off. And Luther will regain possession.
Patterson was wide open, just couldn't get the shot to go.
We saw her drain one longer than that here on the other side in the first half, but that time it just wasn't on line.
And Coach Hildebrand does want a timeout.
All right, we're going to send it to a break, and we'll be back in 30 seconds.
What's the secret behind the great taste of a Blimpie sub? Well, the secret is there are no secrets. It's a real sub made with real quality ingredients. Fresh baked bread cut down the middle, just like it's supposed to be, and filled with choice ham, roast beef, or turkey. The same goes for the cheese. It's real dairy cheese, and of course, we use nothing but fresh produce. That's a Blimpie sub. It's that simple. The real mystery is why anyone would eat anything else. Blimpie. It's a beautiful thing.
Locked in a 3-point ball game. The Beavers are up by 3, Craig. And you just wonder who's going to take control of this ball game.
Well, Scott again shut down Carrie Tufte, and the Beavers have it made.
That's right.
The key for the Beavers will be
right now, every possession matters.
And they need to stay away from the fouls. Jen Erickson with 3, Breifogel with 4, and that'll be a big key right here.
It will be. Luther gets the ball in bounds. There's a little bit of a press here by Buena Vista, but it doesn't. And there's Angie Patterson with an excellent steal. Patterson. Oh. She loses it, though. She can't come up with it. But excellent hustle, nonetheless, by Patterson.
Angie Patterson with great defense.
Here's Hohenstein from 15 feet. She buries it.
She was wide open. Scott, they got to get someone else there in that zone. It's only a 1-point game now.
1-point ball game, just under 6 minutes to go in the ball game. Crowd getting into it.
Tough pass by Jen Erickson.
Not a good pass by Erickson. And Luther will retain possession and a chance to take the lead here, Craig.
Tell you what, this is a big defensive possession here for Buena Vista. They need to stop Luther here, not let them get the lead, because that could be trouble.
You got to deny the inside pass here if you're BV. And Tufty takes an outside shot. She buries that.
That's not who BV wanted to get the ball, Scott, and we have lost the lead, 62-61.
And that's tough to stop. Tufty can score from pretty much anyone in the court we've seen her score from tonight. Just an excellent all-around player. And there's another bad pass by Breifogel, trying to get it into Erickson. And we're going to have Steph Buena come in for Kelly Bartles. Coach Allgood telling her team, calm down, just make the good passes and you'll be okay.
They need to be a little patient here.
Again, and Keely Bowman comes up with a steal. She's going to take it. No, she's not. Another bad pass by Buena Vista.
Buena struggling with the passes right now. And
we've seen 3 straight turnovers by BV, and that's the reason you're seeing the Luther leading by 1 point right now. And here Luther turns it over, so some sloppy play on both ends of the court.
Well, BV's not the only one that's not passing well, and this whole second half has been pretty sloppy by both teams.
And uncharacteristic of these both teams, Luther rated 2nd in the region, only 1 loss in the conference. Buena Vista undefeated and rated 4th in the region. There's a blocking foul by Hohenstein on Bowman.
Good play by Bowman to recognize that Hohenstein wasn't in good position to play defense there.
Personal foul number 25, Rachel Hohenstein, her 2nd.
And now the next foul on Luther will put Buena Vista in the bonus. So both teams will in the bonus from here on out. Buena having trouble. Now she gets it to Bowman. And again, Bowman throws it away. Sloppy passing here by Buena Vista. Coach Allgood is beside herself at this point.
4 minutes to go in the game, and we've got a 1-point game.
Bowles comes up with a big rejection, and now alternate possession will keep the ball here to Luther.
Tufty was all over Erickson's back on that play, Scott, and I'm very surprised they didn't call a foul.
And Kelly Bartles blocked Tiffany Van Gundy's shot.
Gronau out of the game for Mackey.
Nearly a steal by Erickson, but Tufty puts it in.
Now
Luther builds to a 3-point lead here with just over 4 minutes to go in the game.
BV's going to have to play a role they're not used to playing, and that's coming back, Scott.
And that's definitely true, Craig. Jen Erickson with the turnaround, and she is fouled by Tufty.
That's going to be 4 on Tufty, Scott, and that's big. If Tufty falls out of this game, it could be over.
And the Luther coach is looking down her bench, deciding whether or not to leave her in the game. They're going to let her play.
I'd be very surprised if they took her out with only 4 minutes in the game.
Definitely. In a game of this magnitude, you want your big guns in there, and she is definitely the biggest gun for the Luther Norse.
Jen Erickson, not a good free throw shooter.
Coming in at 50% on the year. She misses the first one.
Not sure why I even opened my mouth on the free throw line, Scott.
That's right, Craig. You're jinxing us, man. That's all right. And some more substitutions for Luther. And both benches are substituting quite frequently in this game. Erickson ready to shoot the second shot. It's good. 2-point ball game with just under 4 minutes to play.
Big possession here for BV. They need to stop Luther and not let them get the 4-point lead. Tufty with a good play underneath there.
Trisha Hoffman trying to find an opening inside.
Good defense by...
And Patterson comes up with it. Erickson's breaking down the floor, but Patterson can't quite get it to her. Oh, that would have been a big play if she would have found Erickson, but she couldn't.
On the other end, Keely Bowman came up with a big steal, but BV couldn't take advantage.
Erickson!
That's going to be 4 on Erickson, Scott, and both centers are in big foul trouble here.
So both centers, both of the key centers we talked about before the game, 4 personal fouls.
Here's foul number 51, Jennifer Erickson.
And it's going to be interesting to see how long they can both stay in the ball game, and whoever goes out first, if the other team takes advantage.
Erickson and Breifogel with 4 fouls for BV so far, Scott, and Tufty, a good shooter.
Taking her time on the line and drains the first shot.
Tried to jinx her a bit there, but didn't work.
Luther trying to build on a 3-point lead. And Tufty's taking her time in the line. She makes this second shot. So it's a 4-point lead for Luther.
BV needs a score down here at this end, Scott.
Two of the top teams in the Iowa Conference battling, and there's a steal by Hoffman.
Hoffman is playing excellent defense tonight, Scott.
She has probably 3 or 4 steals in this game, and they've all been huge. Inside to Tufty, and she nails it.
Tufty for
there
2.
She is, Scott, and we got 2 girls down there with 4 fouls. She's got 4 fouls, and Tufty is taking over.
Buena Vista desperately needs a basket here on this possession, Craig. And Mackey cannot come up with it, and so far it's been 1 shot, if that, and then Luther gets the ball. There's been no activity on the offensive boards in quite a while.
Mackey was behind the boards for that shot. Maybe not a smart shot. And now she comes up with a foul.
And that'll send Rachel Hohenstein to the line, shooting 2. Well, Craig, we haven't, in the first half, we saw BV do an excellent job on the boards. In the second half, we haven't seen that. We've seen BV turn the ball over just in the last 4 or 5 minutes, crucial turnovers. And Luther's been able, even though we've seen sloppy play from Luther at times, they've been able to stem the tide and take the lead here.
And Carrie Tufty is taking over. We have not been able to stop her. Hohenstein missed that free throw. This one's crucial.
This would make it a 3-possession game. That's good. And Luther's going to want a timeout. And we're going to send it to a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
For the great taste of fresh pizza, call Pizza Hut. Right now, you can order a special pepperoni and cheese stuffed crust pizza. Get a 1 large topping stuffed crust pizza for only $10.99. Make sure you also try the new tasty buffalo wings. You get 12 buffalo wings for only $4. Don't forget the lunch and dinner buffet and the scrumptious salad bar. At Pizza Hut, your pizza is right or it's free, guaranteed. You'll love the stuff we're made of at Pizza Hut.
Welcome back to the Beaver Dome, and Luther leads 69-62 with 2 minutes 34 seconds remaining in the ballgame. Craig,
Luther has taken over this last couple of minutes here, Scott, and they've gone from a 1-point deficit to a 7-point lead. BV needs to find some way to shut down Kari Tufty.
BV's going to have to maybe open up the 3-point range here. And we'll set the lineups for you for Buena Vista. We have Breifogel, Patterson, Bowman, Erickson, and Gronau.
Big possession. BV needs a basket,
and
but
Patterson,
it's a foul.
Patterson turns it over. Not an opportune time to turn the ball over. And now Luther is going to look to milk some of that shot clock. No, they're not. Hohenstein takes the 18-footer. And hey, if you can hit that shot, you might as well take it.
9-point ball game, Scott, and it's going to be an uphill battle.
Unbelievable. Angie Patterson almost loses the ball again. And very uncharacteristic of Patterson.
Almost looked like Patterson traveled a little bit there, Scott. I was kind of surprised not to see her whistle.
Buena Vista can't waste a lot of time here, Chris. And Luther is clapping on their side of the bench. I don't know what is.
Looks like they got Tiffany Van Gundy with a hold on the knee. It's only her 2nd foul.
Okay, so the 50%.
First foul number 40, Tiffany Van Gundy.
Jennifer Erickson.
Her 3rd.
Goes to the line. She needs both of these.
There's one. Big free throw there by Jen Erickson, cuts the lead to 8.
And here we're going to see Jessica Board come into the game. We haven't seen her for a long time. Now Coach Alder calls her over for instructions as Erickson makes the 2nd of 2 free throws.
That was big. Jen Erickson, the senior leader for BV, with 2 key free throws there.
And now you're going to see some situation substitution by both teams. Luther does get the ball in.
They're going to look to milk the clock now, Scott. BV might want to look to start fouling pretty soon here. Maybe not quite yet.
And there's Breifogel, and she is gone.
She is done. That's number 5 on Breifogel.
So Breifogel has battled foul problems throughout the year.
Personal foul number 25, Teresa Breifogel.
Being replaced by Stephanie Gronow.
But Breifogel's to start fouling, but we didn't want Breifogel to foul. Maybe should have been Keely Bowman's foul there, Scott.
Good call, Craig. And Trisha Hoffman steps up to the line. Ice under pressure. She makes the first of 2. And drains the second as well. So right now, we are looking at a situation where BV is down by 9 points with 1 minute and 30 seconds left. They need to score and score quickly. And here's Jessica Borg driving all the way for 2. She calls timeout.
By Jessica Borg.
Good cut, good shot, good drive by Jessica Borg, and BV's not going to be able to afford to not make these baskets. They're going to have to score on every drive if they're going to want to win this ball game.
All right, we're going to keep it here for the break. As you see the crowd wondering what happened to the Buena Vista lead now. The men's, and be sure to stay tuned for the men's game coming up right after this. It'll be the same 2 teams, Buena Vista and Luther. And that'll be a good matchup as well.
It's not looking good for Buena Vista right now. 1:28 left in the game. 7-point lead for the Luther Norse. And it's looking tough for the Beavers.
All right. So right now, if you're Buena Vista, Luther has the ball. Craig, do you play tough defense for 30 seconds or do you foul? It's a tough call.
Right now, Scott, I think you try to get it into one of their poor free throw shooters. You don't want Tufty with the ball. You make Tufty pass the ball, and now you foul.
All right. We'll see if Buena Vista does just that. And exactly, Trisha Hoffman, who just stepped up to the line and hit 2 shots, so I'm not sure they wanted her to go to the line, but she's there in any case.
21, Keely Bowman, her second.
Hoffman's better to go to the line than either Tufty or James. So, but I think Coach Allgood wanted to foul right away. She didn't seem too happy with Angie Patterson for not fouling. And that bounced around a little bit on that rim.
And again, Hoffman, fitting that she's at the line almost, Craig. She has been a major part of the second half turnaround for Luther with their impressive defense against Angie Patterson. She's come up with several steals.
She has played great defense this second half, Scott.
All right, Jessica Borg taking charge. There's Patterson rejected by Tufty. Wow, that's a mismatch.
That's quite the mismatch.
6 foot versus 5'5", and that's not even close.
They foul Hoffman again, and a couple free throws could ice this game, Scott. It's not looking good for the Beavers.
Foul number 10, Angie Patterson, her first.
A 9-point lead for Luther with just over a minute left, and we're going to see Heather Mackey enter the game now.
Mackey's in there for offensive purposes. And another free throw could spell big trouble for the Beavers.
Just a dramatic turnaround. I don't think anybody in this building thought, after Buena Vista led by 12 at the first half, Craig, I didn't think anybody in the building thought Luther could turn it around, but they have. And these are 2 quality teams we're talking about here. 2 of the best in the Iowa Conference.
I tell you what, Scott, we did talk about a key as foul trouble, and that's what hurt the Beavers, because they're two big girls inside got in big-time foul trouble and could not shut down Kari Tufty.
And I don't think that if we could span over to the Luther coach, she's pointing to her head and saying to her players, think we don't want to foul in that situation. There's 55 seconds left. But in any case, they do put Keely Bowman on the line.
She has pulled Tufty. She's put in all good free throw shooters is what she's put into the game.
And now another substitution for Buena Vista. Jessica Borg coming into the game.
Put her in for quickness and defensive reasons, Scott.
Bowman, no good.
She has fouls to give. Great play.
You gotta hustle. You gotta like the hustle on the part of Jessica Borg.
Great play by Borg and great presence of mind to throw that ball off the Luther girls' legs.
Playing right the full 60 minutes, not quitting.
All of a sudden, a three-point, and the Beavers are back in this.
And I think you'd right now look to Angie Patterson for, yes, they do. Patterson just off the mark.
And that's going to do it, Scott.
Oh, Patterson gets a jump ball, though, but
35 seconds and 10 points. Not a very likely scenario, Scott. It looks like it could be over.
Nevertheless, Luther is not. They're going to be cautious about it. They want to win here on the road. And a big win it would be. Are we going to throw it, toss it to a break? All right, Brent, we're going to toss to a break. We'll be back in 30 seconds.
What's the secret behind the great taste of a Blimpie sub? Well, the secret is there are no secrets. It's a real sub made with real quality ingredients. Fresh baked bread cut down the middle, just like it's supposed to be, and filled with choice ham, roast beef, or turkey. The same goes for the cheese. It's real dairy cheese, and of course, we use nothing but fresh produce. That's a Blimpie sub. It's that simple. The real mystery is why anyone would eat anything else. Blimpie. It's a beautiful thing.
Welcome back to the Beaver Dome, and we've got a 10-point game, 77-67. Luther with the lead. Scott. BV's got the ball. Heather Mackey to throw it in. Mackey with a pass to Bowman. Drives up the middle, shoots.
No good.
No good.
Luther right now, and the shot clock is just about turned off. There's about a 0.6 second differential, but in any case,
it's not going to matter anyway, Scott, because BV's just going to foul right away every time.
And if Luther makes their free throws, it's academic.
That's right.
And really, the ball game was won from about the 12-minute mark in, I think, Craig. Luther just took over the ball game. There's a turnover.
And that pretty much sums up the game right there. Sloppy passes by BV. Luther takes advantage.
Buena Vista has not taken good care of the ball, and Luther takes a 20-second timeout. For what reason, I have no idea.
Maybe
we'll keep it here.
So with the 20-second timeout, we've got a 77-67 game with 24 seconds left. Luther's going to look to pass it into their good free throw shooters, and BV's just going to foul them. Nothing else the Beavers can do anymore.
And I know, be sure to stay tuned for halftime of the men's game when we interview Coach Allgood. I'm sure you'll want to hear what Coach Allgood thinks went wrong here in the second half for BV.
And BV looks like they're just going to back off and let the ball game end with 12 seconds left. Good play by Keely Bowman to get the jump ball, but with 8.4 seconds left, it's not looking good for the Beavers. 10-point game. Don't think there's much of a chance left, Scott.
Yep. Luther's coming in here, and they've stolen the game from Buena Vista. Luther, of course, Luther, very good team. Rated second in the region. They've only lost one game all year.
They came up here ready to play, Scott, and they knew what they had to win here. You know, they're fighting for a conference championship. They'll both be 4-1 in the conference after this game. Buena Vista will fall to 10-4. Luther to 12-1. And no doubt about it, the Norse are for real, Scott. They're a good team.
Oh, no doubt about it, Craig. And make no mistake, Buena Vista, Coach Allgood knew coming into the game it would be a very hard-fought battle. However, she did think that the home court advantage would give the Beavers a little bit of an edge. But as we have seen in the second half, the experience of Luther has taken over. And that's the ball game. Luther wins by the score of 79-67. We're going to toss it to a break, and we'll be back to wrap it up.
The world's poorest children will be given clean water, health centers and medicines, and schools and teachers. And that means that more children will be able to live and grow.
Families and corporations buy UNICEF greeting cards because these cards save lives. For a catalog or store nearest you, call 1-800-4KIDS or visit any Pier 1, IKEA, or Saks.
I have today signed an executive order providing for the establishment of a Peace Corps.
For 35 years, Peace Corps volunteers around the world have been helping people to help themselves.
When I joined the Peace Corps, it was because I wanted to teach, but I found out pretty quickly how much I had to learn.
The family that I'm placed with or that I live with have become my family.
When I think about all the different great experiences I've had here, they all seem to come down to one feeling, and that's being completely alive.
And for all they put in, they come back with something even greater, a commitment to service and solving problems right here at home. Peace Corps, for 35 years, changing America and changing the world.
West Monroe, Louisiana. Matilda Crabtree, 14, jumped out of a closet and yelled boo to scare her parents, and was shot to death when her father mistook her for a burglar. Matilda was supposed to be sleeping at a friend's house, but decided to sneak home and play a joke on her family. Her last words were, "I love you, Daddy." Before you bring a gun in the house, think about it.
This is math, geometry, algebra. No pocket protectors here. But you're cruising without math. Yeah, right. Take a good look. That's math staring back at you. It's not a problem, man. It's an answer. Call NACME. We'll tell you what you need to do.
What's the secret behind the great taste of a Blimpie sub? Well, the secret is there are no secrets. It's a real sub made with real quality ingredients. Fresh baked bread cut down the middle, just like it's supposed to be, and filled with choice ham, roast beef, or turkey. The same goes for the cheese. It's real dairy cheese, and of course, we use nothing but fresh produce. That's a Blimpie sub. It's that simple. The real mystery is why anyone would eat anything else. Blimpie. It's a beautiful thing.
All right, welcome back to Siebens Fieldhouse. Scott Heine along with Craig Amick, and Craig are wrapping up the women's ball game. We saw Luther, two real good teams. Luther pulled it out by about 13 points or so. You see the score right there. Two excellent teams going at it. Luther just pulled away in the second half. It was an impressive performance by Luther tonight.
Without a doubt, Scott, very tough. He just took over in the second half. We don't have official stats on it, but we know she was in the 20s per point. And we said that was the key to the game, was to stop her, and BB couldn't get the job done in the last part of the second half.
And exactly, and another big part of the game, obviously, was turnovers for Buena Vista. They did a good job in the first half, but in the second half, I think the key was the defensive philosophy for Luther on freshman point guard Angie Patterson. Specifically for Luther, number 22, Trisha Hoffman, came out and played excellent man-to-man defense against Patterson. Really caused her some problems. I don't know how many turnovers Buena Vista had in the last 15 minutes of the game, but it was obviously too many as far as Coach Allgood is concerned.
Without a doubt, Scott, and Luther did do a good job recognizing that Angie Patterson is a freshman, and that when it comes down to key situations, they need to put her on the spot, and they did a good job of that and caused her to make many turnovers.
And that's not to say Angie Patterson isn't a great player. Obviously, she's great talent, but maybe as a freshman, not quite ready to step up in a big situation. Luther, and this might be something that other teams will look at in the conference.
Yeah, Scott, and another key was the rebounding. We talked about the rebounding before the game. Luther led the conference coming into the game. I'm not sure now because the first half BV dominated the boards, but second half Luther took over, and rebounding margin was key in the second half to the Luther comeback.
And again, much of that was contributed to the post-foul problems by Buena Vista that was starting them out toward the end of the second half. The referees, they were calling the game close, and they were consistent throughout the game, but BV just couldn't stop the inside play of Tufte.
Yes, Scott. Teresa Breifogel and Jen Erickson were in big trouble going into the second half, and we knew that, and it caused them a lot of trouble because they had trouble stopping Kari Tufte. And also just Luther had great shooting from the outside also, and they couldn't just concentrate on Tufte.
They
with
started
that great of a player and other players.
The Luther outside shooters started to catch fire in the second half. And that contributed as well to opening up the inside.
Without a doubt, Scott.
Right now, you're watching the men warm up in front of you. Game time in about 15 seconds.
15 minutes.
And we'll wrap up the as we said, the final score of the girls' game, 79-67, I believe, Luther. And Craig, any last comments you want to mention?
Just BV's going to have to come off that loss tonight, and with a big game tomorrow night against Simpson, and another big game. The Iowa Conference is tough this season, very evenly matched. Every game's big, especially from now on, now that they're tied for the lead at 4-1.
All right, I couldn't have said any better myself. And we're going to take a break here and come back for the men's game. For Craig Amick, this is Scott Heinley, and we'll see you for the men's game.
Children are the largest group of Americans living below the poverty line. They have to reach higher for what others take for granted. Health care, balanced meals, encouragement to learn. But with help early on, children in your community can gain the skills to get out from below the poverty line. It takes programs like Success by 6 and people like you to help them take the first step. Call to learn more. Change the world of a child, and you change the world.